I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I do play video games on occasion. And one I remember playing when I was younger, big time, was Guitar Hero. Now, I guess I shouldn't say big time because I only played two of the games. My brother bought Guitar Hero 3 and Guitar Hero Aerosmith. So that is what we played growing up as far as Guitar Hero was. Yeah, we had the plastic controller and all, but honestly, we don't really need the plastic controller because we use our handheld plastic controller to do it. Yeah, I know, weird, right? We don't use the guitar. It's I don't know. It was fine for a while, but it was just annoying to keep it around. So it's like, we just can have our regular Xbox controllers and use the little bumpers and the A button for the orange button, and we're golden to go. So that's what we used. But anyway, what has happened to Guitar Hero? Out of nowhere, I just felt like getting a little nostalgic, playing some old video games, looking through my selection, and I played, some of them somewhat recently. I guess recently means in the last like 5 or 6 years or so. I played a couple of them a few times, and I have not played Guitar Hero since like middle school for me. So I was like, okay, I'll do some Guitar Hero. Why not listen to some rock music, play the game a little bit, and that should be fine. Just change up my pace a little something different while I'm taking a break from doing other work that I'm doing. And I was doing that for a little bit, and I was like, okay, this is all right. But I kind of want to try some different songs. So I was trying to see in the Microsoft Store if they had any Guitar Hero downloads I could do, or if I had to purchase one for a little bit. Sure. Nothing. I think the only thing that came up was a Jack Black Tenacious D Legends of Rock or something, but it was like an add-on thing that only works if you have the actual game. But none of the Guitar Hero games were coming up in the results for Microsoft, for Xbox. So I'm like, what is that? I look up online to see if the Guitar Hero games are compatible to the current Xbox One, and it says that they are. These were released on Xbox 360, and I know that not all the games are compatible with the new Xbox stuff, but it says that Guitar Hero is, and yet that wasn't working. So I guess to clarify, so there wasn't any in the store, but before I even did that, I was like, well, what if I can get Guitar Hero on the Xbox One, and maybe have access to add-ons from there or whatever. But it wouldn't even let me play it at all in the Xbox One. It was like, oh nope, you can't. And I checked the service error that came up for it, and it was basically, you have a disc in here that is compatible, but it isn't working. Was this helpful? No, it was not helpful, because it says it should be compatible. The error message even says this disc should be compatible, but we're just not able to read it. All right, that's kind of annoying. And so then I'm like, well, maybe I'll check on Amazon and see how much one of the games are on Amazon. Probably by now, those games being over 10 or 20 years old, shouldn't be too expensive, maybe. And I'd pay $30 tops for one, most likely. Okay, I'll go and check, and no. Most of the games that are available on Amazon, one, they don't even have all of the Guitar Hero games available, as far as I can tell. But they are like $70, $80, over $100. Jesus, what? What the hell? How is Guitar Hero one of these like ancient, hard to get games? And just to take it further, like, there's of course different used prices probably on there, but I'm talking about, decent quality from the top down. It starts off with a very high price right there. But then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll call a local GameStop or the Walmart or Target or something, see if they have it in stock. And I get a hold of them and have them check their stuff, and none of them have any Guitar Hero game in their stock. Now, usually they get, I would imagine that by now, especially since they stopped making Guitar Hero games in like 2015, that they should have a couple of old ones here and there, or like I would imagine that people currently in these days would be like, okay, I haven't played that game in a while, let me just swap it with GameStop. Unless people just throw their games out these days. I don't know anymore if they actually exchange them for $1. But no, there's just none. And then I thought, okay, there's this one video game store that seemed to always have like the ancient stuff, or maybe one or two copies of something that you're looking for that's really tough. It's called Legendary Games, and they usually have everything. I've always relied on them for that. They've had whatever I needed pretty much, and I found it. The guy was also surprised that they did not have any Guitar Hero in stock. He was like, hey, yeah, let me check, no problem. Guitar Hero. Wow, we don't have it. I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah. No Guitar Hero. It's all gone. I could have sworn I remember when Guitar Hero came out, it was a huge craze. Like everybody loved Guitar Hero, as far as I could tell. They made over like 10, at least 10, if not like freaking 20 different Guitar Hero games, and then had a bunch of different songs available to download because so many people, if anything, just wanted to play these different songs. And then the Rock Band games started to go into craze. And then shortly after that, the Wii was coming out, and these interactive and non-violent games, it's music games, and then your sister can play with you, your mom or dad can play with you essentially if they wanted to with this kind of thing. It was a game that a lot of people enjoyed, and I'm like, how is it just so scarce now, like a desert? I don't know. So that's where I'm at with this, to be honest. This video is just me kind of bitching about how I've been looking for a Guitar Hero freaking game, and no, they don't. There's just none out there. And so, except for, again, Amazon has some of the games, but they're expensive to get them for what I just wouldn't think that they would be worth that much. But if I want to get a Guitar Hero game, I got to fork over a decent amount of money for it now. I'm just shocked. I thought Guitar Hero was just, I thought they would still be making Guitar Hero to this day. But, as I was looking up all this stuff, yeah, they stopped main production in 2015. This might be something that I look more into. I'm not a huge, like a hardcore Guitar Hero guy. I wasn't the guy playing on expert. I wasn't the guy that's like, oh yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, hell yeah. I only recently got into rock, and within the last like 7 years, I knew that rock is like what I like. But when I was younger, rock was just an average amount of music mixed with a bunch of other things. But I don't know. I'm getting more interested in this based on how I can't freaking get them. How I've been on this goose chase trying to find the game. I'm more interested in the game now. in the games, in the different games. They had Metallica, Van Halen. They had Guitar 5 regular like series of the Guitar Hero games. I remember there was a download for the Halo theme. There was the Top Gun anthem. There was all these different songs that you can play, and I freaking kind of wanted to do that just to relax and do some of the patterns. Remember, if I can come off fresh years later, how good is my coordination? And speaking of the coordination, man, freaking on the controller, I don't, even on the guitar, I know that it was always a little, crampy sometimes with your hands, but man, just me not being a gamer that often. Like I played Assassin's Creed recently and Halo, but those aren't huge button smashing games. Guitar Hero definitely is a button smasher kind of a game, but not your on the pad and the joystick. It's the, these ones, which is a little different. And doing all that, man, my freaking wrists and everything were just cramping up big time after a couple of songs. I'm like, I better not be getting old. I think it's just not playing video games that often, but Jesus. Anyway, bitching is over, and I'll talk to you guys later.